welcome or welcome back to Tarot AF. So today I've got another pick a card reading for you all on what's next in love. I'm super excited by this one today. So firstly, what we're going to do is we're going to look at your current energy towards love. So whether you be single, whether you be mingling with people, single pringle ready to mingle, or whether you are in a connection with someone, whatever it is, or maybe you've just gone through heartache and a breakup, whatever, wherever you are, that is what we're going to look at first, so that you know that pile is for you. And then what we'll do with tarot is explore what's next, and after that we're going to get some advice, tips, lessons from spirit via Lover's Oracle. So hopefully, you know, it resonates with your situation and there's some useful advice there for you moving forwards. And as I said at the beginning, this is based off of the current energies, so you know that with changed behavior in the present moment, you have free will, you sow new seeds in this present moment, you can affect your future outcome. So even if tarot cards come up and it doesn't sit right, or the energy, you're not wanting to go down that road, you can change that. You have the power to do that, and that's where we'll get the tips and advice and everything. So that's why I'm super excited by this one too, because not only is it exciting to hear based off your current energies of where you may be going in love, but also it helps you kind of get to the place that you want to go as well, and realize that you're in the driver's seat, and you can affect that and change the destination. So anyway, let's get down to piles, shall we? So if you've never been to pick a card reading before, hello, welcome. What you do, you can take a moment, you can pause the video, see which pile is drawing your eye. With pile 1, we have got the Bumblebee Jasper Heart. With pile 2, we have got the Green Avenger Star. With pile 3, we have got the Flower Agate Cube. With pile 4, we have got the Crinoline Sphere. And with pile 5, we've got the Quantum Quattro. I suppose it's a triangle tooth, maybe an incisor or something, I don't know, but anyway, it's beautiful. So that's pile 5. So what you can do, you can take a minute, pause the video, see which one's drawing your eye, trust that pile is for you, and then what I do is I post the times in the box below so you can skip ahead to your reading, and I will meet you there. Sending so much love. Bye. Hi lovely friends of pile 1. So if you picked the Bumblebee Jasper Heart, then this reading is going to be for you. So firstly, like I said in the intro, we are going to look at your current energy towards love via these 2 oracle cards. So firstly, we have Fortitude, Blessings, Steadfast, and we also have Happiness. So firstly, obviously, I think there is so much joy here, and even if you're single and you are and you're not in a relationship, or you're just getting to know people, I just feel like you feel in a state of complete bliss within yourself, and I think you're just ready for the things to arrive. I'm kind of getting that 3 of Wands, kind of that active waiting, if that is your situation, of being single. I feel like there's this like, I know it's on the horizon, I know it's coming to me, and it's just like things are growing, things are coming, and things are happening on divine timing. And maybe you've been like, with that fortitude, you've been really strong, you've like built yourself up, you've remained steadfast. Maybe you've had a lot of knocks and blows in the past, but that has not toppled you. Maybe it did at one point, but you kind of like, okay, I'm a couple of rungs down the tree again, but let's keep climbing. There's just this kind of adventure and this kind of longing to kind of almost get going, and just kind of see what is coming towards you. And if you're in a relationship at the moment, I think there is, again, fortitude, there's strength, there's a foundation here, and it feels like you're almost reaching new heights within your relationship. And I think just generally everyone towards love in this pile is kind of just, it's like Jack and the Beanstalk with this image for me. It's kind of like, you don't know what's in the clouds, you don't know the castle in the cloud. It could, like, you know, you could get the golden egg, or, you know, you might be met with the ogre troll. It doesn't matter, but either way, you are going in with that childlike curiosity of joy, and you are just being present in the moment, and whatever is coming at you, you are just seeing it as a blessing, because you know that things are happening for you and not to you. So there's real optimism here, which I love, and I love, and this is your love. But it's all come from this, and you know, and we don't skip past this fortitude and this strength, and maybe having your guard up and setting your boundaries, maybe especially after blows and knocks, and that is you getting yourself back up again, no matter what the timeline of it was, whether that was a year ago that hurt, whether it was a week ago, 5 years ago, whatever it was. You emotionally have balanced yourself out, stayed strong, kept your passions and your wills and your kind of hopes and your desires for the future at your center, at your core, and you haven't compromised on that. Even if you're in a relationship, like, you have kept your sense of self and the sense of self of what you want and what you are willing to accept, and that brings you great joy because you are only aligning with energy that matches that. So blessings, joy, smiling, happiness, even if it's not currently presently in your life at the moment, or whether you do have a partner, or you're getting to know someone. Either way, it feels like there's so much coming towards you, and so much to be grateful for. And that's the first thing about any kind of form of manifestations or dreams, is kind of being grateful for what is right in front of you as well in that present moment. So yeah, guys, you guys rock. Pile 1. I love your energy. I love your energy of where you're at, and I think you are absolute badasses. Yeah, absolute badasses. Oh, we got the lovers there. Split the deck. A little bit of lovers, but you know, making decisions that make your heart glad. With that lovers card. So Spirit, let's see what's next in love for my glorious friends of pile 1. What's next in love? Okay, so we have got the Ruler of Wands. Okay, we have got the Anchor, which is also known as the Emperor. We have the Conqueror of Cups as well. We have the 9 of Wands. Okay. And we also have the 8 of Wands. Okay, awesome. So we've got a lot of fire energy here. I'm going to clarify each card as well. Okay. Ooh. Do you want to be up or down? I think down with the moon. Down with the moon. Okay, clarify the Anchor for me. The 5 of Wands. Clarify the Conqueror of Cups, please. 6 of Wands. We have the 10 of Wands with the 9 of Wands. And with the 8 of Wands. Okay, we have got the Ruler of Swords, and we've also got the 6 of Coins, and we've also got the Hanged One on the back of the deck, which I will remember as well. Okay, awesome. So firstly, for you guys in love, and I think it's really the energy space that we were talking about in so many ways, with this anchor here, I think it's really you setting your boundaries and knowing what you stand for and what you're willing to accept, and having that order and realizing that you are in charge of your love life, and actually it's not in anyone else's hands. Your joy is in your own hands. And I think with the 9 of Wands as well here, that is that strength, that is that fortitude, kind of being ready for any eventuality, anything coming your way, and you again holding the key there. And like I said before, we have a lot of fire energy, so maybe you are a fire sign. I get this really strong impression that you could be, or maybe your partner is if you are in a relationship. So with fire, we have got Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. The Anchor is Aries. We've also got the Conqueror of Cups. So there may be even water signs here, so Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces. Maybe they're within your chart, maybe they're within your partner's chart, but I feel like generally with this Ruler of Wands and the Moon in reverse, I feel like you have had this kind of period of almost self-deception, of not almost knowing the ruler of wands that you are. And we know that already because we've discussed that kind of emotional, I feel like you've had an emotional overhaul and you've kind of been like, okay, why do I have this connection to love in this way? Why do I get into these repeat cycles potentially? Or I'm hearing, why do I allow these like dickheads to be dickheads to like come into my life? Why do I allow energy that doesn't serve me? And I really feel like you have stepped up into your power and realize that you are the instigator of change and you are the change that you want to see. So like I said at the beginning, if you are planting positive seeds, positive intentions, your light is going to burn bright. You're going to attract even more people, but also it's kind of stepping out of your fears, kind of confronting them head on, and realize that, you know, you are the ruler and you can kind of burn through them in so many ways, and really address that for yourself. So I see a lot of stability and order coming towards you with this anchor, because you are, again, your own anchor. With this Emperor card, we also got this divine, kind of this earthly masculine as well. So, and that doesn't necessarily, I mean, ruler of wands, that is masculine energy, but it doesn't, it's kind of that yang, that active, present, that kind of established. So that it doesn't matter about gender or anything. But with the anchor, again, this is kind of this earthly masculine, this kind of taking order and control of your life. And again, with the Aries sign, that is spring, that is new beginnings, new blessings coming, things growing, because you have this, your boundaries set, you've got your order, you've got the energy that you are willing to accept in your life. And with this Five of Wands, I feel like you are going to have a lot of people, like I said, attracted to that light. And some of them may be moths in some ways. Some people may not be worthy of your energy space, and there may feel like there's quite a lot of people coming towards you. Like you may have a lot of offers, you may have a lot of dates, or if you're in a relationship, maybe there's even like conflicting things within you of things that you accepted in the past but you're not accepting now. Not maybe from your partner, but maybe from like outside it. Maybe there's things that test you and almost make you not like knock yourself, and maybe that is from your partner, but I don't get that as much. I feel like you have that stability and that order within your relationship, if you are in a relationship at the moment, because you have kind of remained steadfast to your view. So you've allowed that energy to come to you because it aligns with that. But I feel like maybe there could even be people on the periphery who are kind of have these opposing wills and desires and almost want to get, for everyone in this reading, no matter what where you are in terms of love, a lot of people, a lot of fluff around you, and that is really just an imitation, it's a show. But Spirit's saying, remember who you are, remember your grounding, remember what you want to grow, and the blessings that are coming to you, that you know are coming to you, because you have got your vision, because you've got your order and control in line. So I feel like there's going to be like, it's going to feel like there's traps. It's like you've kind of walked down this road and you've kind of realized the potholes, the people or the situations or things that you've grown away from, or behavior that you've grown away from and you're not willing to accept anymore. And there may be almost that kind of like, almost that deceit from others, in they show you something and actually you know deep down that it doesn't sit with you and it feels like a trap, but actually because you've realized that it's a trap before you've even stepped in the not really covered pothole, you kind of realize and you're able to step over it, and that's the brilliance here. And with this Conqueror of Cups and the Six of Wands as well, I feel like this is really, really positive in terms of, I think you have got this destination for love in your mind of where you are going. You've got this journey ahead. And like I was saying, it's slow, it's steady, it's reassuring. You can be calmed by your own presence. It's like you emotionally put in your GPS where you want to go, what you want. You know that golden egg, like we were talking about Jack and the Beanstalk earlier. And you can see that your victory is in sight. You know all of those rewards are coming to you because you are in a different space now, because you can see those traps, because you can see those potholes, you can see those moths for what they are, and you identify them now. You've learned and accepted from the past, and you are ready to move forward with this new learning and understanding. It doesn't rule you, doesn't, you don't look at every single person as, oh, are you a threat? Are you this? No, you look at them as a possibility until they show you the true colours, and then you're able to identify. And that's the power here. You're not going in with fear. If you did maybe in the past, you realise your power and that you are in control. And you are moving slowly and steadily day by day and aligning with love and coming closer. And I feel like this, again, is all from your strength, from your grounding, from the knocks that you have faced, all the experiences that you have had has got you to this point. And with the 10 of Wands too, maybe some of them are still weighing on you a lot. Maybe you feel like your boundaries, and maybe even other people tell you that your boundaries, your walls are way too high, that, wow, you're really sensitive to this, or you've got to compromise somewhere. No, you don't. You have got those boundaries in place for a reason because of your experiences in the past. And sometimes you can let go of stuff. You can get rid of some burdens and oppressions and energy that doesn't serve you anymore, like the baggage, the kind of toxic mental or physical or spiritual thoughts, or all of that stuff you can leave at the side of the road. But ultimately, you have got these kind of lines in the sand for what you will and won't accept because of that. So, you can carry like the bare bones of stuff with you, and like I said, not let it rule and make your decisions for you. You are still in charge. But if you know that that's your line and people are trying to cross it, or people say, oh, that's way too, that's unfair, or whatever it is, like I didn't mean it like that. No, you know your emotional compass now, and I feel like you are in control, you are in charge. And Spirit is saying, like, I feel like there will be tests for you coming up, but you are going to be able to identify what you want and what you don't want. And like I said, you're in the driver's seat. And then with the 8 of Wands, and then also the Ruler of Swords and the 6 of Coins, I feel like very, very swiftly, because I think you've had this confirmation, maybe from even me saying it to you now, and Spirit kind of reassuring you if you do feel like this resonates a lot. I feel like there is going to be swiftness, things happening very, very quickly for you. Again, we've got this Aries, like this is again Wands, but you've got this ram, which is obviously the anchor, this symbol of Aries, which is new beginnings. It's the start of our zodiac, start of a cycle. And I feel like things are almost happening so quickly. And maybe this is with someone, maybe like we said, if you are in a relationship and you've got your emotional GPS of where you want to go, maybe that's a high level of commitment coming towards you. But if not, if you're single, I feel like this is give and take, communication, balance, giving and receiving with someone else. And I wouldn't be surprised if this person is an air sign with this Ruler of Swords, maybe a Gemini, Aquarius, or a Libra, but does not have to be. But either way, this is a perceptive individual, someone who maybe is quite analytical and logical, and maybe they value truth and they value cutting to the truth. So I feel like communication, and that's why I said give and take communication, they are going to be probably very forward in terms of their thinking and their words, and say exactly what they mean and give you clarity and communication very swiftly. And it's almost maybe like stuff that you've not had before in relationships, if you've had a lot of periods of darkness or isolation from people. And I feel like this is give and take in a really happy way, and it almost feels like a blessing in some ways, because you are deserving of it, because you have got this energy coming towards you, this material flow, and you feel in the current of it. It's just easy, it's seamless. And and there's just freedom of thought in this person, and maybe they really challenge ideas, or like I said, maybe they're really sharp, quick-witted in a lot of ways. And if you're in a relationship with this person, this sounds like them. I just feel like if you are in a relationship, things may feel like they happen so quickly, like you almost transcend to a level of commitment really, really almost like whether you move in with them or whether you get engaged or whatever it is, it just feels like things just happen organically and on your timing. And that's why maybe other people around saying, oh, this is quick, or whatever, or their judgments, their inner critic going wild. You are in the relationship. You know what has been said and what has been done between you and your person, so you don't need to take any rubbish from anyone else. And if it happens on your timing and it happens swiftly, like, all's well that ends well, and spirit is guiding it for a reason, because I feel like, again, you are in this flow, but because you are directing your desires, your passions, your will, and you're taking action, you're being present, you're in the moment, you're accepting all the gifts that are coming to you. You know what your golden egg is, and you're moving towards it. So of course things are going to happen towards you because you are aligned. So Spirit is saying this is really healthy energy coming into your love life, and it's all from your anchoring. And I know I spent a lot of time at the beginning talking about that anchoring, but that is so important to who you are, all those lessons learned, and that is only going to make you stronger for whatever happens and whatever comes your way. But it just feels like there's just going to be this free flowing, almost receiving after this time of like receiving that energy for yourself, turning it inwards. Now you're able to expend it out and receive that from others as well. So let's get you some Lovers Oracle cards as well, from Spirit for tips, lessons, advice. So let's have a look. Spirit, what else do you want to tell my lovely friends of pile 1? Okay. We've got forgiveness. Stop focusing your energy on past events, for life is too precious to waste. You create your reality by what you think, dream, and imagine. And I mean, we kind of had that, burdens and oppressions, like leaving that which doesn't serve you behind. And, you know, no one really owes you closure. And that's like, don't shoot the messenger for that. But, you know, no one does, but you can forgive yourself and accept yourself for the past and what happened in the past. And that's where this kind of sowing positive intentions and where you are currently, staying steadfast, ready for any eventuality, feeds in. You've accepted, you've learned, you've forgiven yourself, and you are ready to learn from that. And that's where all of this comes through, this learning. So I feel like you have set your sights on the golden egg, on the future, but if there's ever any moments that you look over your shoulder and you kind of stop and you need to like reflect, that's fine. A pause is okay, and then you can forgive and you can turn back to the direction that you are facing, because maybe there's still something you need to learn and forgive yourself for. But always come back to the moment-to-moment reality and the present moment, with the learning and understanding that you take from that moment. Okay, we have got romance. Cupid's arrow strikes, and with the 8 of Wands, that is, and it literally knocked it as well. I feel like that is it. Like, I think things are just going to be happening very, very quickly. And we've got manifesting miracles as well. Okay, your dream is soon to become reality. Trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. So yeah, all of these blessings after your fortitude and all the things that you have done for yourself is going to result in this victory. You know that it's yours. You know that it is coming. You are aligned to it. Trust it. Trust and have faith in yourself and in all the work you have done, because I can feel it. I can feel the weight of the work and like where you've been and how much you have grown and how much you have achieved, and you have so much to thank past you for. And you know, forgive yourself through all the trials and tribulations that you have gone through, because you know, past you, looking back, you know, whether that, like I said, it was a week ago, a year ago, 5 years ago, like, you got yourself to this moment. They're waving at you being like, wow, I can't believe, like, you got me, you like, we got here, you got here, you got to this moment. And just know that there is so much coming to you in your reality to be grounded. And that's really, that Six of Coins is your sensational world. So it feels like at the moment with all that Wands energy, there's a lot of willpower, there's a lot of trust, there's a lot of passion, desire of what that is. And that's the kind of the miracles and dreams. But know that it's coming, that grounding is coming, and you are aligning. And that's what Spirit has to say to you. So just keep your sense of self, keep doing what you're doing, and trust that it is all happening for you and not to you. My glorious friends of Pile 1, thank you so much for letting me read your cards today. I absolutely loved it. I am sending so much love for your next journey, or in love, wherever and whenever that may be. I am sending so much love as always. If you'd like to see me again, I'd love to see you there. Please do hit that subscribe button. Until next time, sending all the best. Bye. Hi lovely friends of Pile 2. So if you picked the green Adventure Star, then this reading is going to be for you. So firstly, let's get into your oracle cards about what your current energy in love may be. This is just for you to feel like this pile really resonates with you and see your energy space before we go into tarot. So firstly, we have spiritual body, astral travel, remote viewing, and we also have isolation. So firstly, I feel like with this remote viewing and spiritual body, I feel like you have it feels like hermit mode to me. It feels like you are kind of, maybe you are spiritual, maybe you even practice tarot, maybe you have this kind of this deep connection to self and to your authenticity, and that is what you've been fanning. And you've been on your own, maybe for what seems like forever, maybe it's only been a couple of months or whatever it is, but you have almost isolated yourself from the potential of love. Maybe it's actually almost unknowingly that you've done that. Maybe you're like, oh, maybe I have, but this is all from that focusing on yourself. And maybe you feel like with this remote viewing that you're almost kind of taken out of your body and looking at everyone else in relationships, and you realize like, oh, okay, I am actually alone. I'm hearing, there's this musical called Company, and there's this song called Being Alive, and Bobby, the main character, it basically discovers through that song they don't have a very great connection with love and relationships up until that point, and this is kind of the pivotal moment in the whole show. And in that moment they're kind of going through the list of what love is, you know, someone to hold you too close, to cut you too deep, all of those things. And it's that emotional build-up of, it's just someone, it's someone there, and that doesn't make you whole, because they have this great sense of wholeness, they have all of the things that they want, all the things that they have achieved. But maybe it's almost like your spiritual body, like your dreams, and maybe even like, it's like you just realize that maybe you've never felt that connection or that love as fiercely as maybe the people around you. And like, yeah, I'm so sorry. I feel just really really heavy for you guys, and not in that's not kind of patronizing or anything like that. And it's just that realization that, you know, maybe you feel like an outsider looking in, and it's not that you're not full of hope that will happen to you, but maybe you just feel disconnected from that at this moment in time. And it's that energy of outsider looking in. But know that, and I think with that inside, it's because you realize that there's so much love for yourself too. There's so much that you wanted to achieve, your authenticity, the light that you wanted to shine, and know that that is a beacon. So even if you have been in this hermit mode, even if you have been just focusing inward on yourself, know that by doing that, you are fanning your light and becoming a light, a beacon for other spiritual bodies, almost other candles in the night who kind of have this energy like you. And I really resonate with this too, which I think is why it really took me aback, is that kind of, you realise that actually maybe your actions have almost put you into this space. And that's not a bad thing at all. But it's just that you realise you're kind of this ship in the night. Like, maybe is that literally thing that with love, it's always felt like ships in the night. Nothing's ever really like anchored and found its way. So I imagine maybe if you're in a relationship, I don't really feel that for this pile. So if you are, maybe through tarot I'll see that, but at the moment I feel like there is this maybe single, or maybe you're in separation or no contact from someone at the moment, and just this period of kind of like self-reflection essentially. So let's get into tarot for what's next in love for you guys. And obviously we've got the star as well, so it's like hopes and dreams kind of for the future, which is obviously what we're looking at. What's next in love. So let's have a look-see. But yeah, that song was Being Alive, Company, which is such a beautiful musical, and yeah, it's Sondheim. I would recommend listening to that song. It gets me every single time, just bawling it out. So Spirit, what is next in love for my glorious friends of pile 2? What is next in love, Spirit, for pile 2? What's next in love? Okay, so we have 8 of Cups, we have the Death card, okay, we have the 2 of Cups. Yeah, okay. We've got the Hermit and we've got the 6 of Swords. Okay. I'm just smiling. My soul is smiling for your beautiful soul, my friends. Let's have a look-see. So with the 8 of Cups, we have got the Sovereign of Swords, and we have got the Conqueror of Coins for the Death card. We have got the 9 of Cups with the 2 of Cups with the Hermit. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. We have got the Hanged one, and we've also got the 4 of Wands for there, and then finally the 6 of Swords. Ooh, really wanted to come out. Are you up or down? Down. And we've got the Sovereign of Wands in reverse, sorry. Okay. So with the 8 of Cups and the Sovereign of Swords, firstly, I feel like this is what we've been talking about in terms of this abandoning some kind of emotional success, whether that be, you know, having past relationships before, and maybe this feeling, it feels like you have isolated yourself for a path that you know that your intuition is calling you to follow, your spiritual body is taking you there, and it feels like you had to leave something behind, maybe past relationships, maybe past people, maybe even a past place of work or school, or whatever it is, maybe which was kind of wrapped up in your emotions in some way, and you realized that you had to step away from that and gain a higher perspective, and that is what you were doing. And through the Sovereign of Swords, you still don't have the full picture, and no one ever does. There may be a few clouds kind of blurring it, but you know that you have this this new clarity, this new oversight, and this new perspective of that situation, and maybe of your isolation in some ways, that actually this has enabled you to learn in order to view yourself, view others, and almost get clarity about what it is that you want and what didn't work, but in a healthy way. And I feel like it's almost just prioritizing your intuition and your emotional body and where that takes you, following your instincts. And not feeling like you have to kind of have the full picture. It's kind of that releasing of like, actually, I don't need to know everything. I don't. I can let go of some things. That's okay. I can see where like see feelingly is what I'm hearing. And with this Death cards and Conqueror of Coins, it's like you are ready for change. You are now ready to embrace this new beginning, this new phase, this new start. And you know that this is just a cycle. And actually, like this isolation that we were talking about, all of those things, you're ready to release that now. You know that you are stepping onto a new road, onto a new journey. And it's like you have plugged all of your goals, your dreams, your ambitions for love into this kind of GPS, and you're ready to tread towards that. And you're being patient with yourself, you're being diligent, you're getting up and making small things, and you're just accepting the storms, accepting the obstacles, and you're just ready to accept the change, this renewal, this cleanse. And with this Death comes rebirth. And this is this period, it feels like with this isolation, maybe it's not even an isolation period, maybe it's even more of a cocoon, like you are transcending the cocoon and kind of finding this freedom and this rebirth, and into, and it's key, and this is so beautiful, this Two of Cups with this Nine of Cups energy coming towards you in love. Is this change from isolation into rare connections, into Two of Cups is the card of love, into your wish fulfillment, into your dreams, because you have got your emotional ducks in a row, because you weren't afraid to leave the stuff that no longer served you behind, even if it felt like abandoning things. You are now on a new path. You've got your emotional ducks in a row. You have your sense of self. You know who you are. You have found your inner light, your authenticity. And now you are connecting to people on this soul connection. And it's kind of this rare attraction, this abundance with someone, this affinity with someone. When you first see them, it's like someone seeing you truly for who you are in that moment. I'm hearing it's all about the eyes. Like, I feel like when you see this person's eyes, whoever that may be, that it's kind of like you just feel seen. You feel seen and heard in a way maybe you haven't in relationships before, or maybe you haven't during this isolation that almost takes you out of it and realizes how much you have changed, how much you have moved away, and how much this connection in front of you is exactly what you were hoping for. And this does feel like wish fulfillment with this Nine of Cups. And like we said, we had the star, the guiding star, as your pile, and that's all about faith and hope and pouring that in. And I feel like that is it. You are kind of stepping up to the game. You're ready for this change, and you're moving and taking action towards it. And I think with this Hermit as well, and clarified by the Hanged One and also the Four of Wands. Obviously the Hermit, I said, with the isolation period, you get the heavy Virgo energy, so maybe there's Virgo in here, but we've also got Conqueror of Coins, so, you know, other earth energy too. So, you know, you could be Taurus or Capricorn, but then we've also got Sovereign of Swords, so there's a few other, but if you're like a Virgo, heavy Hermit energy, but it's because you've taken that time to isolate and, like I said, kind of fan your authenticity, fan your inner light, and that is going to bring you all of these rare connections, these people that heal and reassure you and make you feel seen. And it is that kind of locking eyes, like love at first sight in a weird way, because there is like-mindedness here. There is people, and again we've got this wishbone and we've got this wishbone here. Maybe everything that you hoped to align with, everything you hoped that this new path would lead you to, is coming to you. And maybe what's next in love is this feeling of connection. Maybe it's less about romantic love for you guys. Maybe that's not actually what you deep down want. Everyone wants to be seen in this way, but that's the thing. I feel like you guys want to be seen for who you are, and seen for your light, and seen for how much you have changed and how much you have grown, and how much kind of self-enlightenment you have. And I think with this Hanged One as well, like, I think you are fated to meet by traveling down this road that you are, even though it's dark and you don't know exactly where you're going at the moment, because no one does in life. And so but you know, you're ready. You're bringing those people closer to you. Like I said, your light is shining so bright that you are attracting like-minded people to you. Not even just the divine to co-create with you what you want and what you want to manifest, but also fellows, that sisterhood, brotherhood, those like-minded souls, any kind of hood that you want to find joy, contentment and celebration with. People who make you feel seen, who are your intellectual equals, who have similar passions and desires, similar drives. And it is fated with this Hanged One. This is the 12th in our tarot, which is the number of fate, and it feels like you almost don't need to run towards it, don't need to do anything. It's like surrendering to finally, because you found your enlightenment, because you found your almost self-worth, because you know who you are, you've got this high level of consciousness, everything kind of feels like it aligns. You can just surrender to these people and kind of almost bare your all in some ways, like they just see your soul. And it is that rare connection. So whether you are looking for romantic love in that way, maybe it's through this kind of group maybe that you move into, or maybe it's even just one person, or if you're looking more for that friendship and that love, that affinity within that, which all the best relationships are based off of love anyway, that's really what's coming to you. And with the Six of Swords and the Sovereign of Wands in reverse, I feel like Spirit is saying, and this is really your lesson in some ways, is that, well, not even your lesson, this is your time to release the baggage like you are, and this is your yes to leave all of that on the shore, that actually you have changed, you are moving away, those thoughts don't serve you anymore, and actually you are rising above it. You are moving away from the emotional storms to tranquil waters, to calmer seas, and you don't need someone to come and save you. You don't need this person who you've got a rare kind of connection with. You don't need any of that. You are doing that work yourself. Give yourself that credit and know that you are building your own boat to get yourself out of there. Leave everything you don't need at the shoreline and trust that you've got everything you could ever have, want or need within you, and that is going to bring the people to you that you want, and actually you can sail towards them and align yourself there. And with the Sovereign of Wands in reverse as well, I mean, I feel like with this high perspective that we've kind of spoken about in the Sovereign of Swords, with the Sovereign of Wands, you know, you keep who you are, that kind of just do it energy, but know that all of your emotional, all the pain that you've been through in the past, everything that's happened to you, you are sorting through it. You are leaving that stuff and you are continuing to grow. You don't need to have everything in line in order to receive this love. You don't need to be the finished product. Trust that you are worthy of it right now in this moment, even if you don't feel like you're fully in your power or if you're fully there. Like I said, you are where you're going. You're going there. You're in this hermit energy of, and like we were saying with this ship, like you are moving towards it. You are steadily, you're on the horse already. Trust that that movement is happening. You are already on that journey. Know that you're doing it, okay? And you don't need to be fully where you want to go. You don't. People are going to love and accept you for where you are right now because they know in your eye, they can see that destination that you have plugged in. And like I said, they're going to see you. They're going to see that. They're going to see that drive. They're going to see that dedication. They're going to see that persistence within you. So let's also get you some Lovers Oracle cards as well. So Spirit, what else do my lovely friends feel like you want to come out? Emotions are a natural and necessary part of life, but they can also distort your perception and cloud your vision. In order to see things clearly, you must let go of resentment. Kind of letting go of those things again. And yeah, you don't emotionally need to be exactly where you are. And we were kind of saying with this clarity and this kind of overlook and the clouds, we kind of said that, you know, you are stepping away. you are seeing things from a different perspective. You are learning that. You are turning your world on its head in some ways. And with the Hanged One as well, actually, this is reminding me of, it's kind of reminding me of yoga, when you kind of do like a brain dump, when you're kind of, what's the word? You know, like basically when you're doing sun salutations and you're down and you're letting all the junk come out of your head that you don't need anymore. And I feel like that's it. Like, you have got this change of perspective and you are releasing all that you don't need. And you know that everything that you have serves you. You know all the emotional things from your past serve you and they've got you to where you are, but they don't rule you and they're not going to cloud your future. And so anyways, so deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Do what feels right. So obviously I don't need to give loads of context to that card, but I'm sure with what we've been talking about, hopefully that clicks and resonates with you. Don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do, for it is only in being true to yourself that you can be true to others. And that's what you've been doing with this Hermit. And maybe that's kind of what you did in the past, maybe potentially, of what you thought you should do. And maybe you gave a lot of yourself with this Sovereign of Wands in reverse. And maybe you gave so much of your light to others. But now it's kind of like you're a candle and you're kind of containing yourself in this lantern, that you are holding yourself true and you are holding yourself together. And maybe you're not expending that as much as you hope you could, but you know that you need to do that at this moment in time. And that is being true to yourself, is being a container for yourself and looking after yourself and making yourself the first priority. So, and surrounding yourself with people who are worthy of your light when they come around. And that's important too. Like, you are doing that, and trust that you will, even if you feel this isolation. So my lovely friends of pile 2, I'm going to leave this reading here for you guys today. I think there's so many beautiful things coming for you in love. Just trust yourself, trust your path, trust where you are, and trust what you have been doing. Because, I mean, I'm so proud of the work that you've been doing, and know that you're never ever alone. And my comment sections are always open, and I think you guys are amazing. I really, really do. I'm sending so much love. If you'd like to see me again, please do hit that subscribe button. It's been such a pleasure reading your cards. I would love to read them again in the future. Like I said, sending so much love. See you guys soon, hopefully. Bye. Hi lovely friends of pile 3. So if you picked the flower agate cube, then this reading is going to be for you. So firstly, like I said at the beginning, we're going to take 2 oracle cards and we are going to look at your current energy towards love. So we have coffee, connecting, discussions, catching up, energized chat, meeting, and we also have cleanse. So firstly, I feel like with coffee, obviously, coffee is a stimulant, and I feel like maybe you feel like your love kind of senses, as it were, are feeling much more awakened. Maybe you feel like maybe you've been going on dates, or maybe you've just been engaging with people, and maybe it's not even like, maybe it's even just friends, and you feel like you're just out there more, like you're seeing more people, you're connecting with so much new energy, and it feels like a cleanse, it feels like a release, and it really feels like with this kind of because obviously we've got coffee and we've also got cleanse, which is like water energy. It's kind of that kind of cleansing of the subconscious, kind of ridding yourself of old things, old path, washing yourself clean in so many ways, but also drinking it in and drinking love in, and maybe just from whatever it is around you. Maybe it's from a new hobby, or maybe it's from just this new sense of your routine, like your morning coffee routine or whatever. It just feels like you are feeling like you are giving yourself everything you need, and that you have all the kind of energy coming towards you. There's that give and take. There's in that meeting and in that chat, you know, chats are a two-way street. It feels like you are being seen, that you are being heard, that you are, cleanse and release, like releasing cycles. But like, and I feel like maybe there's probably something under that you've had to release, something deeper that you've had to cleanse yourself from. And maybe this coffee is kind of you awakening after a period of feeling like, I mean, in the morning you have coffee, don't you? In that sleep, in this sleep period where maybe you feel like you've been sleeping on love, maybe you've not given it a chance, or maybe you've wanted to isolate for some reason, but now you feel like you're ready, that you're ready to kind of get up and stand up for yourself and stand up for what you know that you are deserving of. So maybe there's potentially even a few people maybe that you're chatting to, or that you're meeting with, or maybe there's one person. I get the sense that maybe this pile that you are kind of getting out there, that it's kind of like awakening, and that you're going on dates, maybe you're on dating apps or that kind of thing, and I think you're just enjoying the prospect of what could be. You're not kind of putting too much onus on it, but it's kind of like, I'm just excited to like see, maybe catch up with the world in some way, like catch up with people and see what energy works for me, what energy doesn't work for me, and like I said, there's just that optimism that is maybe cleansing you out of a cycle where you felt isolated, or you just worked on yourself, which is brilliant. And now it's, now you can connect with others in that way and align with that energy. So let's see, with tarot, what is coming next in love for my pile 3. What is coming next in love? Okay, so we have the 2 of coins. What is coming next in love? Pile 3, Spirit. Ooh. We have got the Ruler of Coins. We have got the 2 of Wands. Okay. We also have the Sovereign of Wands as well. Okay, interesting. And one more for the top line. We have got also the 8 of Swords. Okay, can we clarify the 2 of Coins, please? The Conqueror of Wands. Can we clarify the Ruler of Coins, please, Spirit? Pillar. Okay. The Hierophant. Okay, and the Seeker of Coins for the Sovereign of Wands, and finally 8 of Swords, please. Okay, we have the Hanged One and also the Sovereign of Coins. Awesome. Okay, so with the 2 of Coins, I feel like there's options. There's options on the table, maybe. Maybe there's different people. Maybe there's even 2 people maybe that you're speaking to, or something like that. But I feel like it's almost, though, as well with 2s, for me, I always think it's kind of like with this balancing, like another option, it's like A and B, which one do I choose? Or is it past and future? Like, do I, or like even past and present, like, do I hold on to the past? Do I hold on to what I thought I wanted? Or do I go for something new? And I think with the Conqueror of Wands, this is your energy of, actually, I'm going to go after my burning desire. I'm going to follow what I want, and I'm going to embrace this new opportunity, this new path, or this new way of thinking, or this new way of grounding and thinking about love and how it works for me, how it works in my favor. And it's like, you don't need to fully decide at the moment. Like, you're kind of pulling the strings. You're like, okay, like I can see what works, I can see what doesn't work, maybe with 2 options or whatever it is, but there is this kind of directed intuition. You're using your intuition to make this decision in whichever way it is. And maybe this is just through like these meetings or these catch-ups or whatever it is. It's just like this general, I'm gonna put my all into love. Maybe for some time you've kind of been prioritizing one thing. Maybe you've been prioritizing work or education or whatever it is, and now you're like, actually, I'm gonna play with it. I'm gonna play with throwing another ball into the ring, as it were, and like play with going on dates, play with kind of connecting with this feeling of love. And with the ruler of coins and also the pillar, this is kind of your, and it's so interesting that you picked the flower agate cube as well, because the flower agate cube is divine feminine. It kind of allows you to step into your divine feminine energy, and that does not mean that you have to identify in that way. But with the pillar, this is kind of a new cycle, new beginning, maybe after some delay, but it's growing the things that you want. And with this ruler of coins as well, this is you stepping into that, following your instincts. And maybe you're at a place where, like we were kind of saying, that maybe you've got yourself to a position in the goals of what you wanted to achieve and your sense of self, maybe your work life, your career, maybe your home, your stability, your security, it's all there. And you know actually that you are the full package, you are whole, with or without this energy coming to you. And actually, this pillar is kind of like, you are the pillar, you are your own pillar. And this is your kind of way of nurturing that which you want. And maybe now you're kind of like, okay, maybe I'm going to set up a little love bed. Maybe I'm going to grow some flowers there and see what blooms, and I'll put my attention onto that, because you've got so much already that you are tending to. And this is just the icing on top, like the icing or the cherry on top of the cake. Like, you are already the full whole cake yourself. You don't need anything added, but you are coming from this stable and secure place, and you can listen to your intuition, your instincts, and like I said, nurture the things that you want to, where you feel instinctively pulled towards, and know that everything that you sow, everything that you look after, those rewards will come to you, because I feel like you've had that success and this through your tenacity and your persistence in other areas. And this is where really this kind of like balancing scale, I think, also comes back in with this Two of Coins, but also the Two of Wands, kind of creatively visualizing where you want to go. It's like, it's not coming from a physical matters point of view, like building your security and in the physical realm what is happening in love. It's actually like your creative visualizations for your passions and your desires, and directing it, like, what do you see for yourself? And it's not the feeling of what do I want to accumulate, what is the dominion that I see for it, what's the perfect picture. It's the feeling. And that's what you're going after, I feel. And again, it's like this crossroads with the Two of Wands in some ways. Like, you're ready to see where this new direction, this new energy takes you, and have faith. And maybe you're hoping for someone to kind of unlock that almost within you, and maybe make you feel like you want to take that plunge. Maybe there's kind of like this feeling like you have this wholeness, you have this sense of self, and you're happy to engage with people, but you're just waiting for that person who, and the Hierophant, it is a teacher in some way. It can be a book, it can be a person, it can be a society, it can be a community, whatever it is that teaches you a lesson. And I feel like with this Hierophant, it's living in faith every day that that person or that thing that aligns you to this, like your visualization for the feeling that you want to achieve, is going to come about. And I think you are in this place of realizing that, you know, I feel like there's a lot of options on the table for you. I really, really do. And obviously we're talking about tables, but with this Sovereign of Wands and also this Seeker of Coins, like, I feel like with this coffee, this energized chat, like you might be talking to a couple of people, or maybe there feels like there's perspective kind of people on the periphery of maybe people that you're interested in, or you had been interested in the past, and it's kind of all coming together. And it's actually kind of like seeing what works for you, and maybe you feeling like you can take control, that you don't have to, like, maybe this is a strange power position for you to be in, but actually it's because you know your energy, you know what you are worthy of. And actually it takes two to tango. It takes two people to make a relationship happen, or to put it into love. And with this Sovereign of Wands and also this Seeker of Coins, these are almost these two people in some ways. But also I think it's partly you. And I think this is what you're almost trying to align to, is someone who has this real like strong sense of self, who is an instigator of change, who brings around change in their life, who will follow what they want, and who is good, who is distinguished, who is all of those things, who has been through it emotionally maybe, but in spite of that has this just do it energy, this enlightenment, this passion, this drive. And I think who is unafraid to almost start from bare bones and like their building blocks and build the things that they want to see, and actually feel like they are still learning. And with this Aerophant, this is all about, like, we've still got this tooth and this tooth here. It's like, I think almost this person is going to come in for you who really aligns and maybe feels very, very similar in terms of the journeys that you have been on, and you'll be able to see each other very clearly for who you both are. And it almost is like it unlocks a part with this Aerophant, and almost you are able to build what you want. And it's that thing of two people who are established in themselves coming together and being that cherry and seeing what works, seeing what doesn't work, how you guys fit into like your lives and all of those things. But it's that raw playful energy, and doesn't matter how much you've got, how much what you're doing on the outside of it. It's like actually taking the time to ground it and like plant the seeds and see what grows. And I think that's the kind of energy that you're going into in terms of love, is this kind of optimism of, I see this person, I see who they are, and they are doing their own thing as well. And together we're playing with this like foundation of what could be. We're taking what works and what doesn't for our relationship, for us two people in it. And with this Eight of Swords, and also this Sovereign of Coins, and also the Hanged one, because we kind of spoke about past and we spoke about like future before. So for some people, maybe there is someone from their past who, obviously we've got Sovereign of Coins and we've obviously got Sovereign of Wands. So maybe this new person coming in, this future, is almost this Sovereign of Wands energy, who has this just do it, who's there, who's almost present, who is kind of fueling all of these things of let's grow, let's learn, let's keep building, and follow our instincts and where we want to go, and kind of following intuition, where that kind of directed Conqueror of Wands was. And then maybe with this, because this Eight of Swords, I mean, swords are all to do with thoughts and mental energy and kind of cloud is what I'm hearing, like clouded vision. And I think maybe there is someone with this Sovereign of Coins, maybe they're even an earth sign, could be a Virgo, Taurus or Capricorn, and maybe this new person is a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius or Aries, but they don't have to be, they could have those placements. But I feel like there could be someone from the past who, with this Ruler of Coins, because obviously we said that was almost your energy of what you've built up and what you've come together. Maybe it felt like there was a counterpart in some ways, and maybe you feel like by embracing this new thing that you are letting them go, and you're kind of aligning to this new energy, and you realize more and more, and maybe this is kind of this like untangling of thoughts, that actually it feels like you're abandoning the thoughts of them and who they are, and almost it's like you're stepping further and further away from what was tying you, and you realize that the insurmountable situation maybe that you thought you were in, you are actually being cleansed from, and maybe the emotional trauma and the pain, and or maybe just whether it was deceit, lies, manipulation, or whether it was just the end of a really messy cycle, or even if it wasn't messy and it just like it left you in a state where you didn't know whether you thought you could like step up to the plate of love. I think this person is almost going to like realize how far you've come and how much you've walked away, and you've listened to your intuition, and you've like not allowed your thoughts to have so much weight, and you have moved away from that baggage. And with this Sovereign of Coins, this person was probably very nurturing, was almost, like I said, like it felt you saw each other in so many ways, like with the Sovereign of Coins, like they had their position in terms of their career, they had their own thing, and this doesn't mean that this person, like the Sovereign of Wands and the Sovereign of Coins, they feel very similar sometimes in energy, but and maybe that's it, maybe that's kind of your the kind of obstacle or the choice that you feel like you have to make. But I think you're kind of gaining a new perspective with this Hanged One of this situation, and actually that you are much freer and you're not tied down to it or to that person as maybe you once thought you were, and you can kind of surrender to this self-enlightenment that, okay, maybe it's not happening right now, but I'm going to live in the moment, in the present of what is happening to me right now, what is cleansing me, what is making me step away from this period of entanglement maybe, and kind of feel freer for that reason. And maybe thoughts will almost still go to this person in some ways of like, oh, what if? But it's kind of like turning the situation on its head and being like, actually, it's made me learn a lot. And this Sovereign of Wands is in front, and I'm playing. And that's literally it. I am like living in faith that like what I'm visualizing, like that is coming to me, that I'm aligning to that. And this person is not stepping over my boundaries, is themselves whole, is all of these things, is passionate, is great, is energy, is contagious, is friendly, joyful, and a beacon, a light as well. And not that this other person wasn't, but it's just like, this is something new and something that we can see where it goes. It doesn't need to be grounded straight away. Like, you can plant seeds, see how they go, nurture which you want to, and you know, weed out what doesn't at any point. So I feel like even if it feels like you're stepping away from someone on this journey, remember that this person as well has also changed since maybe the separation, no contact, or the situation that you were in. And they are also trying to move away from this entanglement of thoughts too. So because they are changing and because you have changed, you are also new people. So that doesn't mean that this person, this Sovereign of Wands, is your be-all and end-all in love, but maybe they're making you realise how much you have changed and kind of loosening maybe the threads and the thoughts that were still burdening you, and cleansing and helping you release those in a way of kind of reawakening you to love after maybe a period of isolation. And like I said, that doesn't mean that this person is a never of like coming back or like paths crossing in the future or being friends or anything like that. But I feel like it's just a changed perspective that actually at this moment in time, this person is not here, is not in my energy space. This person is. I'm going to live moment to moment and kind of see where it goes with this optimism, with this kind of youthful glance, and just listening to your intuition and where that is directing you. So I want to get you some oracle cards as well from the Lover's Oracle for a few more. Only time will tell. And I think that's the thing. I think giving it time and giving yourself time to explore, to see what you want. With balance, we've got love is not always about agreeing just for the sake of it. A great relationship is one that both supports and challenges. And this is the balance as well. You know, I feel like you found your internal balance, and bringing people into your energy space kind of does challenge that in some ways. You know, there's a lot of things, but it challenges you and helps you to grow new things, and maybe knocks you off balance in terms of stuff that you're holding on to, allows you to cleanse that in so many ways as well. And we've also got sexual union. Honor the place in one another where you are one internal soul, for there you will find true bliss. So I feel like it's honouring the place where you are in this present moment, like we were saying, but that you at this moment are in union with someone, that you are in the present moment, you know, there, and find bliss in that joy of living in the present, because sometimes we can always look to the future of what we want, what we need to achieve, and all of those things, or look too far in the past of what we need to learn from, what we need to accept, what we need to heal from, what we need to grow. There is so much in the present, so many opportunities and possibilities, and there's this seeker of coins, and I feel like that is what's coming next for you in love, to have this play and this bliss of looking at what's right in front of you and knowing that time will unravel things for you. Time will unravel things for this situation, but keep doing what you're doing with these discussions, these chats, this feeling of energy, this energy flow coming to you, because that's where you feel that, because if you're looking, it's like you're not outside looking in now, you're actually stepping up and playing the game. It's like Wheel of Fortune. You don't know where life is going to take you. You don't know where that one decision is going to lead you, but you've got to show up for yourself. And I feel like that's what you're doing in love, that you're seeing where it takes you. And that is what Spirit wants you to do right now, to find that balance within you and know that you are being supported and everything is happening for you, not to you. People have come to you as an assignment for you to learn, and this is your time to learn in the present moment and to grow new things. So my glorious friends of pile 3, I'm going to leave that reading there for you guys today. I hope it resonated. I hope the advice was useful. I hope you guys it felt like it clicked ultimately. I am sending so much love. If you'd like to see me again, please do hit that subscribe button. Until next time, I really hope to see you guys there. Sending so much love. Bye. Hi there, my lovely friends of Pile 4. So if you picked the crinoline sphere and also these oracle cards, and this reading is going to be for you. So firstly, we're going to look at your current energy towards love so that you know that this pile is for you. And we're going to use 2 oracle cards for that. So firstly, we have soulmate. This connection involves a close friend, romantic partner or tribe, twin flame, bond, soul family. And then we also have sweetness. So I feel firstly that you have, despite maybe fears, anxieties, maybe the darkness of things around you or things that feel overwhelming kind of at the periphery, that you have found connection. And like the card says, whether that be close friends, romantic partner or tribe, like your love connection is based off of that feeling of unity and affinity with someone. And maybe soulmate, twin flame, maybe you resonate with those very deeply within your connection. And I think for a lot of people in this pile, you are probably in a union of some kind, maybe separation at the moment, or maybe you are together with a counterpart, with a romantic partner, but maybe for some people you have your tribe, you have your close knit friend group, and that's the thing. And I think with this soulmate, whether that's soulmates or soul like friends, it's kind of like people that see you and you have that kind of, it's like a cocoon surrounding you at the moment, despite everything happening around the periphery. And there's so much sweetness, joy, and contentment coming from that. It's like a sugar high. Like you are just high on the love of the people around you and all that they give you. And there is just this energy of like childlike joy and curiosity at love in general. And maybe it feels like the kind of sweet rewards after a tough trial and period for some people, but there is just deep bonds here, deep sweet bonds, real like cracking teeth like rock candy sweet. So let's get some tarot for what's coming next, because I feel like you guys are probably feeling quite aligned with love, in terms of you feel the love around you in your life from the people that you've been surrounding yourself with. And like I said, whether that be from a partner and whether you have a connection with someone, or whether that be from your soul family or your soul tribe, maybe Spirit is saying that love is to come out from that, from like your kind of soul family in some ways. And maybe you're like, oh no, none of my friends, I can't do that. I'm just, maybe for some people it resonates, maybe for some people it doesn't. But Spirit, what is next in love for my lovely friends? So we have got the Moon, we have got the Ace of Cups. So what's coming next in love? We have the Eight of Cups. Ooh, hello. Okay, I'm going to put those back in. There was way too many coming out there. There we go. We have got the Four of Wands. And we have got the Conqueror of Wands. Lovely. Okay, and then can we clarify the Moon, please, Spirit? Okay, so we've got the Fool, and we've also got the Nine of Wands there as well. Didn't even need to say it. Clarify the Ace of Cups with the Ace of Wands, okay. Spirit is working in your love life, guys. We have Six of Wands with the Ace of Cups. Can we clarify the Four of Wands too, please? We have got the Sovereign of Coins. And then can we clarify the Conqueror of Wands? We have the Three of Wands too. Okay, on the back we've got the Pillar, which I will note taken, tick. Okay, so I feel like with the Moon clarified by the Fool and also the Nine of Wands, that, like I was saying, there's darkness on the periphery, maybe fears and anxieties and things on an unconscious level, which maybe you've always kind of struggled with. Maybe there's always been a bit of a mystery in terms of love, or maybe you've never known who you could fully trust. And it kind of feels like with the Moon, there's this saying which is a French saying, which I'm not going to say because I'm going to absolutely mess it up. But it's basically, you can't tell in the dark between a friend and a foe, like a dog or a wolf, essentially. It's like et chien carpe something or other. Like I said, I shouldn't have said anything. Okay, there we go. So it's like you've never really been able to tell who had good intentions, who had bad intentions. But now there's this feeling of unity with this soul tribe. And I think with this Nine of Wands, maybe you've had your guard up when it comes to love for a long time, and you've kind of realized that you are your own strength. But now with this Fool energy too, it's like there's this trust and faith. There's this trust and faith now because you have aligned with love, because there is so much love within your life that you are like, oh, I'm going to reap the sweet rewards of what Spirit wants to give me. I'm going to take that leap of faith. I'm going to trust and have faith and let go of the fears and anxieties and what other people have done to me and what on an unconscious level they are, because a lot of the time fears and anxieties are given to us, or whether that be from parents or our learned experiences or whatever it is, whatever we learn, that's what they are. That's that voice, is that inner critic almost voice in some ways that it takes on. And with the Moon, I feel like it's following your intuition, following your instinct, being a bit of a wild card, maybe like completely bursting out of the box and kind of not allowing anything to rule you. You're ready for any eventuality. You're carrying your experiences with you. You're not going in blind. You're not just like, oh, I'm gonna let everything go. No, you've got your head screwed on. But maybe some people see you as a bit of a fool for like putting yourself out there again or something like that. But it's because you have like aligned with this kind of soulmate energy of this unity, like we were talking about. And maybe this is even you, because I was saying for some people maybe this is a new connection, a soulmate twin flame, or maybe after a period of separation or isolation with the Moon. But either way, there's this kind of new beginning here. There's a new phase of the journey, and you've gathered so much strength for this. You are ready. And the thing is, Spirit is saying, coming in for you is even more emotional opportunities for growth, and also limitless potential in terms of passions and drive moving forward with the Ace of Cups, and also clarified by the Ace of Wands. This is your time to follow your instincts, to follow your passions, to follow your heart, and really drink deeply in this experience. Maybe this is someone new, or maybe this is this connection again. And and kind of this renewal level. Maybe this is a new opportunity, a window opening, and this feels like a fortuitous moment in time which is literally handed to you, maybe almost out of the blue, out of the dark, and it's your time to really drink deeply and trust, grow, learn, and just do it. Jump into it, jump into the sweetness and lean in. And into the unknown can be so scary, and maybe if you're like, the soulmate thing kind of resonated, but more like the fears and anxieties on the outside, like that's where I feel like I'm more am. Maybe this is your opportunity to make this connection, maybe for some people, and to find this bond, this new emotional partner, because I feel like it's really, with this Eight of Cups, kind of abandoning what you don't need anymore behind you and traveling on a new road. Like, whether you're in a relationship with this person, maybe there's been a tricky phase, maybe there's been that isolation, maybe there's been separation or something, and maybe you'll come together again now, and realizing that the past, the emotional energy that you were in, is now stagnant. Or if you're single and you're surrounded by friends, like, the emotional energy space that you were in no longer serves you. You're not as fulfilled as you hoped you would be, or you didn't exactly get to where you wanted to be at that moment in time, but the new opportunity is on the horizon, and you're now moving towards that path, and it feels like a bit of abandoned success in some way, of leaving something behind. But in order to grow, we need to do that in order to take on new energy fully. And this is your victory moment. This is your celebration of self and triumph. And I feel like because you are surrounded by this sweetness, because you are leaning into that sweetness, into the unknown, into that sweet spot of following your intuition, trusting and having faith that you are co-creating with the universe, and you've got to take action. It doesn't just happen to you. You have got to show up for it as well, and for co-creation to happen. And I feel like with this Four of Wands and also this Sovereign of Coins, with the Four of Wands, this is what we were talking about with this soul family, this soul tribe, this sisterhood, brotherhood, like this like-minded festivity. And maybe for some people this could mean wedding as well. Maybe this is that unity, because the Four of Wands can all be about celebrations or weddings and that kind of thing. But for a lot of people, I feel like this is really this kind of transcending to seeking and finding joy and love, and bringing that outwards, and like from your inner circle. And like I said, it doesn't matter how small that inner circle is, and knowing that you are in a way this Sovereign of Coins, and maybe or maybe your partner is, maybe with coins it could be a Virgo, Taurus or Capricorn. But with the Sovereign of Coins, like, you have grown so much for yourself. You are still growing, you are still learning, you are still nurturing that which you want, and you are nurturing others around you. And when you give love, you receive that back again from the right people. And I feel like you are in that flow state at the moment, and that is going to continue to happen in love for you. And I feel like there are going to be new opportunities, new people to meet, or new ways that you can show and express your love if you are in a connection already. And it feels like there is just this never-ending possibility here. And like I said, with the sweetness, like looking at it with childlike joy, like it's like a ball of wool which just keeps on giving, because you are willing to give too, because you're willing to meet it halfway, and like I said, abandon the things that you don't need anymore. And with Three of Wands and also the Conqueror of Wands too, Spirit is saying, like, I think there's maybe this even like chance for some people of travel, maybe, is what I'm hearing, emigration, flight, and maybe that is something that's going to be going on. Maybe you're following your intuition in that way. Maybe there's a opportunity to find a soul tribe or something like that elsewhere, maybe across the world or something like that. And the Three of Wands is also journey by water and kind of traveling and kind of enterprise and kind of waiting for that ship to come in some ways. But if that doesn't resonate with you, I feel like this is your kind of, you're ready to grasp love if you're not in a connection, or you're ready to grasp where this connection is going and where your intuition is leading you. You're ready to charge ahead for it. You're almost like restless and like burning. You can feel that passion, that drive, and there's so much smoke in the fire. There's so much going towards your destination where you want to go, and you're kind of actively waiting for that. You're waiting for that ship to come in, whether that be a person or whether that opportunity to connect with your person or something like that. And it is coming with this Ace of Cups and this Ace of Wands. Like, your opportunity to grasp this energy, I feel like, is just around the corner. And it's come from this place, from surrounding yourself with people that make you feel kind of like you are this good, distinguished person that you are deserving of this loving energy. And I think putting yourself as the first priority as well. Like, obviously there's connections here, and you know, if you are in a connection or a bond, a soulmate, twin flame, or just in a relationship like this, I feel like there's transcending to new levels, like I said, with the wedding, or just general festivity. Maybe there's celebrations to be had with you and your partner, and there is joy and contentment on the horizon, and it feels like things are happening because, like I said, you're showing up, because you are listening to your intuition, you are following your passion and your drive, and following the love in so many ways, being open and receptive to whatever is coming to you, because you're looking at love with optimism and sweetness, that it is the gift that keeps on giving. And with the pillar as well, like, which I said I would know, and I did know, that you are nurturing the things that you want to grow and weeding out that which doesn't serve you anymore. It feels like you are in this kind of divine feminine, and you don't have to identify with feminine, but of, you know, yeah, maybe there's been some delays, maybe there's been some rocks and the bumps in the road, maybe there's been some obstacles, maybe I wasn't fulfilled at one point, but there's always something on the horizon. And it is that view of it's always darkest before the dawn, which I think is serving you at this moment. Like, you have got your guiding star of what you want to achieve in your mind, and you're ready to put in that work, dedicate that time, and you know it's going to grow. You know this is your spring, that things are happening, things are thawing out for you. And like I said, it's all come from this soul family, from leaning into love. And people can look through, and maybe you did at one point, the lens of fear, maybe illusion and that kind of thing with that moon card. And maybe you've really shifted your perspective in a lot of ways away from that. Maybe you used to look at the world with a bit of fear, and maybe you weren't sure who you could trust, who was your soulmate or your twin flame or your tribe in a lot of ways. Maybe you aligned with things that you don't actually want to associate with anymore. And it's because you've brought love to yourself. You've accepted, you've learned, and you've realised that actually that's not who I am, that's not what I want. That was just a reflection. And now it feels like you are stepping into your power, and you're embracing this new journey, embracing this new phase where you see the world through the lens of love, through possibilities. And that breeds even more possibilities when you're expecting to have miracles. That's when miracles come to you, because you're expecting it, because you know that you're deserving of it. You know you're deserving of that energy. So I want to get you some more cards from the Lovers Oracle for lessons, tips, or additional advice that Spirit has. Okay. Embrace. Through each other you find the missing pieces, and obviously with soulmate, twin flame, maybe that resonates. Maybe after a period of separation, potentially for some people, isolation, that's where you find missing pieces. But also in your soul family tribe, maybe they challenge you in brilliant ways, like maybe there's even opposing wills and desires, but it helps you to learn and to grow. But with the missing pieces, that is not someone else fulfills you and fills a hole in you, because you are already whole, you're already enough just as you are. But with the missing pieces, it's like the missing pieces to your puzzle of what you want to build for yourself, because you're already whole and you can have whatever energy you want. But it's like they show you areas, if we're looking at the pillar with weeding out that which doesn't serve and growing new things, show you the things that you can grow if you want to. And you're like, actually, maybe I want to grow that for myself. But you're the whole cake. Maybe it's like, oh yeah, maybe I want a cherry on the top of the cake. Let's, do this. We've got secret admirer. Someone has deeper feelings for you than they are letting on. And I did say earlier, I was like, oh, maybe, you know, it's someone in your friendship group. And I heard oh no, don't tell me that. But maybe there is someone, if you don't feel like you're in a connection in this way, that might not be for you. If it doesn't resonate, leave it. But yeah, there may be someone in your circle that, you know, maybe you weren't sure, like with that kind of moon card between a dog and a wolf, maybe you made them part of your soul tribe, and didn't give them, maybe you kind of worked yourself into this like period where you weren't sure whether they did like you, but you know, maybe that's your guess. We've also got, it is important right now to take a step back and spend some time alone instead of placing your focus on another. Now is the time to give for yourself. And this is kind of what I was saying about the missing pieces. And obviously we've got this soulmate, this connection, and I've been saying that, you know, all of your connections are bringing this joy, this festivity and everything, but it's making you stronger, and it's putting yourself as the first priority. And I said that you're nurturing others, you're giving love to others, but you're receiving the love back that you deserve. And within this circle, within this soulmate, within this connection, you are growing the things and, you know, fulfilling the missing pieces that you want to grow for yourself inside of you. So remember as well to take that time alone, and remember to leave the baggage that doesn't serve you behind, not only just in this connection, but that doesn't serve you, in order to find those new opportunities for growth, and keep drinking all the possibilities that spirit has for you. And this doesn't mean, like, with this, it's important to step back, that you know, you need to step back from all these people's energy and really do this and like work, but just make sure you take that time. So not all of those words in that one card will resonate with everyone, but just remember that, you know, you can have festivity, you can have joy with all the people around you, even your partner, even in your connection, but you have got to always make yourself the first priority, and give your love first to yourself, because that self-love is the most important. Because if you don't fill yourself up first, you don't have anything else to expend to anyone else. And that's where that missing pieces comes from. You are a piece of the puzzle, and you can't lose yourself. You know, you have to keep yourself full. So yeah, don't give it all away to everyone else, because I know there's so much festivity, there's so much joy, there's so much happiness, and there feels like there's so many possibilities on the horizon. But, you know, listen to your intuition, and when the opportunity strikes, go for it. You can stand like still and proud in where you are, and know that that window is coming, like it's coming to you, that you don't need to kind of expend your energy before then. Like, all the possibilities are coming your way. So, my lovely friends of pile 4, I'm going to leave that reading there for you guys today. I hope it resonated. I hope the advice was useful. I'd love to hear in the comments if it was and did. I am sending so much love. If you'd like to see me again, please do hit that subscribe button. Until next time, I really hope to see you guys there. Bye. Hello, my lovely friends of pile 5. So if you picked the Quantum Quattro Tooth, you know, I couldn't name in the beginning, then this reading is going to be for you. So firstly, like I said, we are going to look at 2 oracle cards, which is your current energy towards love. So you can definitely feel like you have an affinity with this pile from the get-go before we get into your tarot. So we have firstly got frozen. Someone or something in this situation has gone cold. Some things are meant to remain in a state of winter. Others can thaw out and be brought to life again. Challenge, bleak, dormant. And then we've also got illumination, which feels a little bit contrasting, but with this kind of thawing out, this feels like you thawing out. Like maybe you have had this situation where you have like contact with someone, maybe, or a situation, maybe things were going somewhere, or maybe there is this no contact or separation period. It feels frozen. It feels like you are in this kind of relentless winter in some ways, but maybe you've changed the perspective of it, or maybe you see the new things growing. Maybe that's new people, maybe that's even the person, the someone who left you in this kind of isolated, kind of ghost state in some ways. And with this challenge as well, and with challenges, it is literally there for you to see a before and an after the event. And that's what I love about the word challenge, is that it's a positive illuminatory thing, is that it brings you learning, understanding from the past, from what happened, to what's ever bleak or dormant, and it gives you the ability to change your behavior in the present moment in order to bring new light, in order to thaw out this. And I feel like you are ready to thaw out being in this state of almost not feeling like you have control in some ways, or feeling like love is a challenge, because love shouldn't be a challenge. Love should be easy, and because it's from that place of emotions and finding joy and passion with someone or people. And I feel like it's your time to thaw out this relationship. Maybe for you want to get closure in some ways, or bring it back to life, kind of revitalize it if you've separated, or maybe had this no contact period. And I'm hearing, because obviously it's Frozen, I'm hearing Let It Go and like Kingdom of Isolation, and you're kind of ready to kind of open the doors. And I know that's a different song. I know that's Love is an Open Door. Princess Anna sings that. So yeah, guys, I do know Frozen really well. But yeah, I know, sad. But I just feel like you are ready to open this door and really like not feel like you're in this position of like not being able to control things. And in that song Let It Go is basically releasing that which doesn't serve in order to bring something new about. And this is your dawn after a bleak period. Like, it's always darkest before the dawn, and I feel like that is your current energy space at the moment. So let's get into your tarot for what's coming next. Because I feel like you can see the horizon, you can see where it's going, and maybe you feel like kind of, and Frozen is literally going to come up so much for me in this pile, and I'm so sorry, it's just the association. It's like, you know, it doesn't matter what love it is, whether it's a love of a sister or you know, or brothers, or I forgot about brothers because I've got 3 sisters, so I was like, what are they? These are all brothers or parents or your friends or your chosen family, whoever it is, you know. So many people can open that and thaw a frozen heart. Oh my gosh, the Frozen metaphors. It's just the gift that gift that keeps on giving, and then we get the Lovers card. So there we go. So what's coming next in love for pile 5? If they haven't switched off after all my Frozen anecdotes, we have got the 8 of Swords as well. So Spirit, that's coming next in love? 5 of Cups. We have got the Ace of Cups 2. And then we also have the 7 of Wands. Can we clarify the Lovers, please, Spirit? Okay. So we have the 10 of Cups, and we have the Magi, also known as the Magician. Can we clarify the 8 of Swords? We're going to go Conqueror of Coins. Can we clarify the 5 of Cups, please? We have got the 5 of Wands. Can we clarify the Ace of Cups? The Seeker of Cups. And then can we clarify the 7 of Wands as well? Great. We have got the Star. Okay. And then on the back, we've got the 6 of Wands, which I will noted, take it. Okay. So I feel like with these cards are really, really beautiful, and Spirit is like, you are much more aware of the path and the path that you need to take in terms of love and what is going to get you to that point. Like, you have this illumination, you have this oversight. And if you don't feel like you're fully there, you know it more than you believe you do. With this lovers is obviously about this unity, of this feeling of wholeness and contentment, but really as well, it's lovers can be a choice. It's making decisions that make your heart glad. And with any decision, I feel like Spirit is saying you have the ability to create the harmony, the contentment, the fulfillment that you want in this 10 of Cups, this feeling of a happy union, whether that be with the person, like I was saying, that something is frozen with potentially. You have the power with this Magi, with your willpower. You can wield any of the elements at your disposal. You basically have this ability to choose love, to choose to decide what you want, whether you want to pursue this and thaw out that connection, or choose something else and decide something else. If you are manifesting, the Magi is a massive symbol of that, but because maybe you've been manifesting this 10 of Cups energy coming towards you. And that's what I would always say with anything, is that some people manifest a particular person or that kind of thing, but I much more believe in manifesting energy. So instead of manifesting blank because you believe that they give you that, you manifest that thing that you believe, that why. Why do you want blank? Is it because they make you laugh? Is it because their energy is contagious? Is it because they bring out this side of you? That's what you should manifest, is in my opinion. Other people may disagree with that, and you absolutely have free will, as I said before, and to make your decisions and what you believe. But for me, I manifest energy. And I feel like with the Magi, you can manifest any energy that you want to take. And you are a lightning rod at the moment for the divine. The divine wants to co-create, especially if you make decisions that make your heart glad from the love of yourself and connecting to that within you. It's like connecting with your kind of higher self. It really is the lovers for me here. And with the Magi, with action, like action steps towards this 10 of Cups, from feeling it, not only feeling it and visualizing it, but fully like embracing it and having the courage to step up for what you want, you can create the change that you want to see within your life. And maybe this is really like quite illuminatory to you in this illumination, and that's what I was saying, like you are much more better aware of it than you realize, because you actually realize that like you do not need to stay in this frozen state. Like you are the magic, like you are the kind of witch Elsa, as it were. Like you can absolutely change your circumstances, build what you want to build from the ground up. And I feel like Spirit is saying like there's almost this kilter with this lovers of these feel like almost the two options. And I've not done this for any other pile, but for me this is like Spirit is saying this is what this is about. Like this is the choice, this is your ability to choose which one you want. And with any choice, it's like basically like the past and where you want to go. Like it's like a crossroads, and I feel like that's where you are, and what's coming next is you making this decision of what you want. So in terms of like you are in the driver's seat and you have the ability to pick your player, as it were. And I feel like with this first option of kind of almost sticking more in the past, we've got the 8 of Swords with the Conqueror of Coins. So it's like, and this is what the analogy that I'm getting is that like it's like you feel that you're in this insurmountable situation, in this entanglement, and you're trying to persist and get through it, but it feels like you're almost tangling yourself up even more, and like it's just this mental entanglement, and it feels like you pull yourself even further into this frozen period, even though you can see what's on the horizon and that kind of GPS of where you want to go. It's like your thoughts, unless you unburden yourself from them on this path, and this is kind of the path of picking the past, it feels like you are just feeling like there are constantly roadblocks, constantly things coming up, for you that you cannot push through, or you feel like you overcome, and then there's just another thing. And it's like there's so many diversions, like spirit putting them in front of you, being like, take this route, take this cut through, and you're like, nah, I'm gonna keep going. And it just like feels like it's one step forward, two steps back, or like a waiting period, and then you can go again. And I feel like with this Five of Cups and also the Five of Wands, there is a kind of this loss of pleasure, this grief maybe for what has been lost or what has been frozen over in so many ways. And I feel like there's a lot of people around you giving their opinions, giving their thoughts, giving their feelings about it, telling you what you should feel. And with the Five of Cups, that grief is different for everyone. Some people, you know, can be like a week after be like, actually, I'm all right, you know, or, you know, sometimes it takes people years to get over emotional pain and loss. And you have to take your time. One day you may be angry. One day you may be bargaining. One day you may be in denial about the whole thing. Maybe one day you completely accept it and you're like, I'm fine, doesn't matter. But other people in this situation kind of giving all of their opinions and their thoughts is not going to aid you. You need to listen to yourself and to what you actually want. And I feel like that's what Spirit's saying, is that maybe this is the current energy, like maybe the past, or maybe this frozen period that you currently feel in. And I know this is what's coming next in love, but this feels like your transition into this energy of what's coming next. And I feel like you're ready to kind of be brought back to life again in so many ways, and to almost reawaken to this energy. And it's kind of like we were saying with the goals and the manifestations of what you have in mind, you have to surrender them. You have to let them go, because for co-creation, your ego is going to want to try and plan everything else, is want to try and say, no, that is the road I need to take. And sometimes that's why you don't take the diversions. But if you continue to do that, it's like you're going to constantly feel like you're up against it. And even if you still want this person, and I'm not saying that this person is going to lead to that, the person that maybe you are manifesting or anything like that, but it feels like you have changed. First and foremost, you've had this change of perspective. You've had this illumination. You know that actually the Ten of Cups, the love, the happy community, that full heart is what you want. Actually, this Conqueror of Coins, that GPS that maybe you plugged in at one point, maybe isn't as fully aligned to that Ten of Cups. You know, they're not the same card. There's like similar energy of like the wealth that you want to attract, the abundance within your life and everything, but you want this emotion. You want to do it from a place where your heart feels glad. I'm not saying that the physical world doesn't bring that, the sensational world doesn't bring that, but you want an emotional connection. You want that love, and you want to be following your intuition in that, most likely. And it feels like you need to release what you think you need, and release almost that person. And like I said, it's the energy, because that person has changed. And not saying that they've changed dramatically, and not saying that they've changed dramatically away from you, but they have changed as a person. As you have learned and grown, and you have gained this wisdom and this illumination, so have they. So actually, what Spirit is saying is that you have got to align with the Ace of Cups and the Seeker of Cups. You've got to align with the emotional GPS of what you want, not necessarily like the physical, like what you want in that present, the energy. And with this Ace of Cups, it's kind of like leaving that behind and trusting that you can have this new emotional experience and opportunity with someone or something. And maybe this is the same person, and like I said, they've changed, so it feels like someone new. And that's how you should greet them, as someone new who has got new experiences, who gives you new opportunities to grow. Or maybe this is someone new completely. Maybe you even get loads of offers with this Seven of Wands. I'll talk about that in a minute. But it's all about that feeling and keeping your wish and your hope for what you want, that cup in your sight. It's less about the relationship that you want and the thing in the physical, sensational world that you think you need. It's not that. It's releasing that plan and actually aligning with this co-creation with Spirit, and that actually you are looking for that full heart. and that is what you are moving towards, and you are making decisions that make your heart glad, and you're taking those emotional opportunities, those diversions when you see them, because it's limitless possibilities down there. And that's where love thaws. Like I said, love thaws a frozen heart. And I feel like by doing that, by chasing love instead of chasing the idea of what you think you need, the potential that you see in someone, if it's frozen and that kind of thing, that will not fulfill you as much, or you feel like you won't get there as quickly as you think you will, if you like on the straightforward path. Sometimes diversions are detours on the way to like who and what we're supposed to find. And I love this, there's one card in actually this deck which is called separation, and it's a like rope which has been broken. It's like cut off, like unburdened, untied. And with that card, there always comes this message to me, which I feel is relevant here as well, is this: sometimes God, spirit, the universe, your deities, your spirit guides, sometimes they cut energy out, and it can be painful, it can be hard. With this Five of Cups, feels like a massive loss, a massive blow to you, because that energy at that time was not serving you and did not serve the purpose. And I feel like Spirit is trying to, with this frozen period, align you to this love. And that's what's next, is for you to align with it fully. And I feel like plugging in that emotional GPS of where you want to go and what you want to do, and feel calm and reassured and healed by that energy. And also with the Seeker of Cups, this is this like almost Romeo of the tarot coming in, is what I like to call the Seeker of Cups. And it's that play, it's that meditative, it's that joy, it's listening to your heart and what that wants, and letting that radiate, because that brings like-minded people and like spirits to you as well. And with the Seven of Wands, with the Star, I feel like almost you can let this kind of defensive energy of why it didn't work or that kind of thing go. And I feel like you are at this vantage point when it comes to love. Like, you have maybe a lot of options on the table coming to you in so many ways. Maybe a lot of people are attracted to that energy, attracted to that light. And you actually have the ability to stand tall at your vantage point and choose to step away or choose to accept whatever it is you want. It's now your time. You've got this willpower, you've got this determination. Whatever you choose to wield, that is yours. And with this Star, I feel like your manifestations, again, we've got so much to do with faith and trust, and it's having that serenity, that peace within you, and trusting that the things that you want, the things that you are hoping for, that wish upon a star moment, is coming to you. And maybe it's in the full heart, in the small wins at that time. And this is your opportunity to pour what you want into like your visions for the future and align with that energy. So what's coming next in love for you guys, in a shorter way than that, is your ability to decide to move away from a path to a new one. And that is not leaving someone or something out in the cold necessarily. It's just putting yourself first and putting your energy first and going for the diversions on that path. Maybe, taking a break, maybe doing something different in order to see what new emotional opportunities, maybe even with this person, comes about, and trusting and having faith that what you want, that 10 of Cups, is coming to you. But it's with action, for you standing up for what you want and allowing that and only that energy that aligns with those goals, aligns with those manifestations in. And there's the action, is not allowing people to tread over your boundaries anymore. Stand up for yourself, stand up for what you want, and trust that it is yours and it is coming to you, and you do not have to settle. You are at the vantage point. You can have a different perspective. You can live in this illumination, and your light is burning through here. So let's get you some Lovers Oracle cards as well for messages from Spirit for pile 5, please. So what else? Okay. So we have passion. which is all that Seven of Wands, that energy of, you know, standing in your power. A magnetic and seductive quality surrounds you at present. Enjoy it. Yeah, I feel like, and I said, you know, maybe there's a lot of potential people and that kind of thing. And I feel like it's because you are passionate about finding love, or passionate about your journey, passionate about that you are the creator and that you can align with that. And also with the lovers, that's finding, like, aligning with love, making a decision based on love, but also finding equilibrium, harmony and passion in the things that you are doing, the things that you are fighting for and wanting. We've also got secret admirer. Someone has deeper feelings for you than they are letting on. And maybe this is the Romeo of the tarot. Maybe there's even been this emotional opportunity, or there will be very shortly this emotional invitation from someone, which they could be a water sign, a Scorpio, Cancer or Pisces, but they do not have to be. They might have those placements, but this may be someone that maybe you didn't regard in that way, or didn't think of in that way at some point, but you know, maybe there's almost this opportunity from them, like I was saying, that kind of Romeo of the tarot. Maybe there's someone who will make their feelings known to you, and maybe that's even the person, the thawing out, maybe, because with the secret cup sometimes it can feel like sometimes maybe a bit of an emotionally immature person. Like, you think about Romeo in the play, like he's going after someone else right at the beginning, and then he finds Juliet and he falls head over heels, like in the space of 0.1 seconds. But you know, it's that kind of, like, I'm not saying that that's what's happening here, but it's that maybe it's someone that you never thought of in that way, or maybe it is the person that has thawed over, that maybe felt a little bit emotionally immature at one point, or left you feeling like that, and it's kind of like them showing a new side, a reflective and meditative side. And again, secret admirer, maybe they are from your past, if that resonates, that frozen period of someone, but maybe they've changed. So it's like secret admirer because they've actually changed, and they've like changed their guise, they've changed themselves. So actually this is your time to kind of get to know them again. We've also got embrace. Through each other you find the missing pieces. And I've been saying for all of the piles as well, like with missing pieces there, you never find wholeness in someone else. You are whole yourself already. You are enough just as you are in your independence and what you want to grow. And with the missing pieces part, it's the challenge, and that's the challenge, the quest, the before, the after. The things that you want to grow, the things that challenge you in a healthy way, the things that are going to make you stronger and bolder and follow your kind of guiding light, your dreams and ambitions for what you want to do. Some people challenge that and bring that out of you through embracing you, embracing your spirit, but also that's you doing that to yourself as well. So it's not only the other person that helps you be like, they could be the cherry on top of your cake sort of thing, helping you like realize that, yeah, you are powerful, you are deserving of all these things, like, and affirming everything that you already believe, but also that this is your higher self as well speaking to you, and in that embrace, like, you are embracing your divine kind of higher self and aligning with spirit in that way, and know that with your higher self, with spirit, you are co-creating and filling in the puzzle of what you want to build. Yeah? In a really roundabout way, there it is. So there's a lot of layers to that card as well. But my lovely friends, I really hope that resonated with you. I hope there was some useful advice there. As always, I'm sending so much love to you guys. If you'd like to see me again, please do hit that subscribe button. I'd love to see you next time. Until that moment, I'm sending so much love. Bye.